Hello, everyone. How are you today? My name is Nia Scott. I am the owner of Market to Millions. I'm super excited to share this presentation with you so that you learn a little bit about what I do. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in. All right, so the thing about Market to Millions is I teach you how to successfully create and execute a marketing plan to grow your business so that you can generate significant income. Now, who is this for, you ask? This is for new entrepreneurs with little to no social media skills, business owners that struggle to keep the attention of their audience. This is also for business owners looking to expand their audience and gain more business, and action takers. Now, this part is very important. Business owners that are ready to execute and watch their accounts grow. The only way to break free of being a slave to your business and working for your business is to take action and regain the control that you felt you've lost along the way. The only way to learn everything you need to execute your vision and build a business that works for you is through Market to Millions Online Academy. My business, Tipsy Topics and Textures, became a six-figure business in just 7 short months. I've networked and built partnerships with other businesses such as Bedroom Candy, Black Ink, and City Winery, as well as other various celebrities. I was inspired to build a totally different business and broke my own earning records within the first 3 weeks of going live. So a trip down memory lane, I moved to Atlanta hungry. I slept on an air mattress, clothes in bins, and one suitcase, in whatever basic apartment that I can find that would approve me, yet still barely making it. I robbed Peter to pay Paul for 5 months. And by the 6th month, I had been evicted. I had just started a business aligned with my passion for art and was looking for ways to network and launch. In these photos, you'll see me working at my job that I transferred from a previous state. You would see the Tipsy Topics and Textures that I started after losing my apartment. You'd see me getting evicted. That was everything. I tried to get everything out of the apartment, and what was left was what was on that ground next to my car. And I was forced to stay at an extended stay, and that is the hallway. This is back in 2016. So this shows more dates. I'll confirm more dates here. My baby girl stayed with my grandparents in South Carolina while I continued to fight to stay in Atlanta to pursue my business. She was already my motivation, but having nothing became even more of a motivation. I gave myself 2 months to get us another apartment and grind. I saved up enough to launch 4 weeks later. I practiced, I held my first event and had a good crowd. It was on the up and up from there. I networked and studied a ton of marketing techniques until I found what really worked. I began hosting multiple events per week, all sold out. Word spread it like a wildfire that I was hosting the ultimate paint night experience. Now, when I went viral and started my paint business, I never expected it to get this far, but I grind so hard. It was like there was no other choice. I've traveled everywhere. I don't even know if I'm jumping the gun. But I traveled all around the U.S. touring my erotic paint nights and my cocktails and canvas, and just giving this ultimate experience that no other paint company was giving. We had games, we had topics, it was literally like we were BFFs by the end of the night. So even with all the networking that I've done, most of the successful people that I meet weren't willing to grant me access to the information to grow my business as they have. They were unwilling to help me because they may have feared that I become their competition. When the fact of the matter is, money is unlimited. There is enough for all of us. However, the grind continued organically, and this frustration encouraged me to be the total opposite. My business, Tipsy Topics and Textures, became a six-figure business in just 7 short months. My guests, of course, have raved about my classes through all social media platforms, and just a few short months later, we've gained partnerships with Bedroom Candy, Black Ink, and City Winery nationwide, the Ultimate Women's Expo, and other various celebrities. Tammy Rivera's paint party went viral and was such an amazing success. So in this picture, I made a partnership. In these pictures, I made a partnership with the local hookah lounge called Cafe Istanbul. It was popping back then. We offered a weekly puff and paint parties. Of course, the lounge provided the hookah and I provided the paint. So they provided the puff, I provided the paint. And my husband came to an event. I met him there. He actually stalked me. And and he didn't stalk me, but he tried to get my attention, and it was, show up to one of my events, spend some money. And that's how we started to talk. I gave you conversation if you supported my dreams and my visions. More trip down memory lane. We toured our erotic events all over the United States. With the very high demand, I couldn't be everywhere at once. So I decided to sell paint kits. So in the top right corner, you would see an image of my paint kits. So we did Black Ink everywhere. Black Ink Atlanta, New York, New Orleans. There's another one. I think Orlando. I did my own personal erotic paint nights in Miami, Hawaii, New York, Baltimore, just everywhere. I really can't even think, but I toured really almost every major city, and it was all happening way too fast for me to keep up. So these partnerships were valuable and contributed to more connections. It was like a domino effect. So our collaboration with Bedroom Candy was so colossal that it inspired me to create my own line of luxury, intimate home and body products to include at my own erotic events. And Fair L'Amour was born. Fair L'Amour Co. broke records within 3 weeks of going live. We've partnered with celebrities and have created an army of loyal customers and influencers that it's now my honor to show you how. Now I'm able to sign my kids up for extracurricular activities when I used to be that no mom. I never miss a game or performance. I have driven off the car lot with one of my dream cars for $125,000. I recently purchased a brand new home worth $500,000 with a second home in the works. I have a newfound level of confidence when I step into a room of other millionaires. It is your turn, and I'll hold your hand through it all. With 6 years in business, I figured it all out on my own. I didn't have a coach or mentor to tell me what or what not to do to succeed in this industry. I had to fall before I learned the right and wrong way of the marketing process. That strategizing a product rollout is a must. That your accomplishments are 90% mental and 10% skills. And that success looks differently for everyone. It's your work ethic that determines your payout. All right. All right, so before I get into module 1, that was just a brief introduction about me and who I am. But of course, the reason I have you guys on this call is to give you guys the first lesson for free. So of course, you guys know that I offer this course, Market to Millions Academy, teaching you guys all the marketing techniques that I've used to start Tipsy Topics and Textures, and that I've learned to continue with Fair L'Amour Co. So we are going to dive right into Module 1, Part 1. There's 2 parts to Module 1. So whatever you got to do, grab a pen, paper, notepad, and let's just go ahead and get started. So back to my computer screen.
Oh, I'm ready.
Hello everyone, good morning. Showing up just fine for everyone?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was unmuted this whole time.
Oh, okay.
I was being quiet. I was being quiet though, but yeah, everything's working.
Okay, just checking in. We are beginning our very first module this morning, Module 1, Part 1. We are going to be talking about clarifying your brand's message as well as clarifying your brand's values. If you happen to hear a toddler or an infant in the background, they are a little under the weather, and of course, our lessons must go on. So I am going to be walking you through, or just giving you some more clarity. These PDF downloads will be available in the course. However, I like to still talk you through what it is that I'm trying to get across to you. I would like to talk you through the message that I'm trying to get across to you. Module 1, Part 1, clarifying your brand's message. An effective brand message is one that's clear about the problem you solve, who you solve it for, the ways working with you, or in our example, purchasing with you, is different than the alternative options, and what that experience will be like, and the big reason why you're the one for them. Just in case we wanted to dissect this just a little bit more, this is where you put yourself into your dream customer's shoes. Let's say they're super overwhelmed, super busy, distracted with their day-to-day. They're bombarded with thousands of text messages. They're, of course, on their Instagram feed, and they're overwhelmed with just everything that the world has to offer. What do you want them to understand about your brand and why it's for them? They should be able to get this instantly just by seeing your product. All right, so you're going to make sure that it's very clear so that by the time that you're done with your brand's message, your target customer understands exactly what you stand for. All right, step 1. You never want your target customer wondering, what is it that they do exactly? Make your message clear and then market your business with the intention of communicating that consistently. Then soon after, you'll start to see your traction. Step 2, who is it for? First, you want to figure out the problem that you solve. And the way that you do this is you think about what your strengths are. What are you an expert at? What is your purpose or work you're meant to be doing? What painful problem can you solve for the people? And what do you want to be known for? And then you figure out who you want to solve it for. There's a specific audience that needs your expertise, and this is going to be up to you to grasp who they are. All right, let's deep dive just a little bit more. Let's say you are a plus size woman. You have always made clothes that is more flattering to plus size women. So you're a fashion designer. You decided to go into business for yourself and make clothes for more plus size women. You want to make sure that your brand message is clear by making sure that your social media is consistent with showing plus size women. If you have a slim woman in your clothing because you think, it's made for everyone, your audience is going to think, all right, this isn't just for me. This is made for everyone. But if you continue to consistently market your brand with plus size women, they're going to feel like it's made just for them. Of course, they're going to start to shop with you, continue to shop with you, and feel like this is exclusive to them. You're going to explain to them why they need it. You're going to show them why they need it. You're going to show them videos on why it's flattering to their midsection, or what makes it more appealing. But this is what you're going to do just to make sure that you attract the customers, or you attract your target audience. All right, so if you've already figured out who your specific market is, and this is the people that you like serving, but you haven't figured out what their painful problem is, then all they'll know is what you're selling is for them, but they're not going to understand that they need it. So it's up to you to get that message across, why they need it and what makes you different from the other brands that are like you. So for instance, back to that plus size women example, Fashion Nova is a very popular brand. They sell clothes for all different sizes. They also have a plus section now. People know that Fashion Nova is for everyone, not just for plus size. They're known for having all sizes, but it's not a brand specific to plus size women. Your brand, you're going to make sure that plus size women know that they need it because it's made specifically for them, not a one size fit all type ordeal. All right, so your homework is going to be using this easy formula. I help insert your target audience achieve this transformation by your solution. For example, mine is I help entrepreneurs with a product-based business, teaching them how to gain a larger audience by using my unique marketing techniques to generate at least 6 figures. This automatically grasps you in because you know that you're an entrepreneur. Number one, you know exactly who it's for. With a product-based business, that goes even deeper because entrepreneurs also have service-based business. So, you know, I'm targeting you because you have a product-based business. You sell products. You know that you're going to be taught how to gain a larger audience. Everybody wants a larger audience. They want to be seen by multiple people. By using my unique marketing techniques to generate 6 figures. What makes my unique marketing techniques so special? I explain that consistently throughout my personal brand. You've known that I've had my business for 6 years. I was denied help by many other millionaire entrepreneurs. I put my foot to the pavement to find out what actually works. That is where my credibility lies because I've built a 6-figure business in less than 6 months. Initially starting off, hitting the ground running, building a 6-figure business. Years later, building businesses up to 7 figures. So I think that with that information, people will be like, okay, this is exactly for me. I want to sit there and learn some knowledge from her because she's just like me. She felt like she's been denied access, and now she's trying to give the access to me. All right, step 3. In what ways are you providing a different experience? Here's where you make your points of difference very clear. Otherwise, they're going to make a decision based on your price of your product, and that's not what you want. So remember, you're solving their problem, and this is your value proposition. So let's narrow down on what makes you the best choice out of all the options that they're considering. What are your specific benefits, and how is your approach different? All right, so back to my Fashion Nova and my plus size designer comparison. All right, let's say your specific designs include shapewear in the actual design. So you have a nice, beautiful fitting form dress. The fitting form dress also snatches you up on the inside. Of course, it's for a plus size woman. So a slim girl is not going to have a shapewear. Well, she's not going to need shapewear inside of her dress because she's already slimmer. So having a plus size model demonstrate, look, I'm going to be snatched in this outfit as well. So this is where you're positioning your value. That is the value that you offer to your customers. You're solving their problem because they want to be snatched. And that's what it is. All right, so let's narrow down on what makes you the best choice out of all of the options that they're considering. You're the best choice because you offer this shapewear directly in their clothing, and they don't have to purchase elsewhere just to achieve the look that they are wanting to achieve. Your approach is different because you are marketing directly to them. All right, so for homework, use this value proposition formula. I am not the one that. So I am not the one size fit all brand. I am the one that offers you shapewear directly into your clothing. I am not the brand where you need to shop elsewhere to feel good in the clothing that you're buying. This is a one-stop shop. You have everything that you need in this particular outfit. Mine is, which you may have heard before, I'm not the typical businesswoman that becomes successful and not decide to help other aspiring entrepreneurs reach their goals. I offer complete transparency and sharing strategies that has helped me build my business. I take pride in that because, like I said, I've been turned down multiple times with wanting to get the secret sauce. But this is where I give back and pay it forward and not hold a grudge about it. This is where I give the secret sauce and say, look, it was hard. You just got to do the work and we're going to do it together. All right, step 4. Tell us about who you are. People work with people they know, like, and trust, which is why building a story brand is also important. So you have to give complete internet strangers, aka your new BFFs, a sense of what that experience is going to be like. All right, so you're going to do this by choosing your words in the way that you use them carefully. All right, so your tone of voice in your writing and in your marketing content should give them a glimpse of what you're like as a person or what you're like as a brand. You're going to give your brand personality. If you're magical, silly, or geeky, don't be afraid to express that in your brand's visuals. If you're a no-nonsense, straight-to-business type person or brand, don't be afraid to express that as well. The important thing is that your marketing messages should be in alignment with the actual experience is really like. All right, so your homework. Your homework is going to be to ask your past customers about their experiences. This will help you learn what your brand message has been and what you want it to be moving forward. If you don't have any past customers, ask any of your close friends that know your brand and know what you're trying to achieve and ask them what feedback you can get from them. And then you're going to apply that feedback to what you want your brand to actually be. So for instance, my personal brand, not my actual business, one of my business's brand, I asked one of my friends, hey, do I seem like I'm a little snobby, or do I seem like I don't want to help others, or how do I come off to you? And she said, well, initially you seem like you're just to yourself. You're very straightforward and you just are to yourself. And she also mentioned, she's like, yeah, and it seems like you brag a little, but I also noticed that after speaking to you more, that it's coming from a happy place, and you did not come from a happy place in the past. And it seems like you are using that to brag, but also help others and let them know that they can get to that place. So after speaking to her, I came off as braggadocious. Is that a word? Yeah, I came off as braggadocious, but after digging deeper, she realized that it's because I want people to feel exactly what I'm feeling and know that they can achieve the same thing that I've achieved. I took this information and I changed my personal approach to still brag a little, but also make sure that I remain humble, because I want my audience to know, look, we are the same and this can be achieved by you as well. There's money out here that is unlimited. Next slide. Step 5. Why are you doing this? This isn't necessarily something that you have to put in your tagline, which it also depends on the type of brand that you have. But this is something that you most definitely should figure out so you have an overall brand purpose to ground you. Everything has a larger purpose, right? And brand messages are easier to create because you know exactly why you're creating the message in the first place. You're the owner. You know exactly why you started this. And this is why people will purchase with you as well. They'll purchase with you because you're the one who is here to help them better understand who they are as it relates to your brand. Back to my brand's examples, I know why I created Market to Million. I created Market to Millions because I want to help people market their way to millions. Homework. What I want you to do, and of course I'm going to recap this homework. What I want you to do is brainstorm your reasons for starting your brand and why it's important to you. Then craft a 1 to 3 sentence, or then craft 1 to 3 sentences detailing your why. All right, just to recap, an effective brand message is one that's clear about the problem you solve, who you solve it for, the ways that purchasing with you is different than the alternative brands, and what that experience will be like, and the big reason why your business is the one for them. Thank you guys for coming out. Of course, I have a homework for you guys. I've already outlined it in the slides as well, but this is just a worksheet that you can print out and write down your reasons, and write down, your notes from what we got, because we're going to put this all together in one little workbook at the end of this class. Later for now. Ta-ta. All right, so that's just a little bit of part one. I do have another part two. I know my personality is a little homegirlish, but this is how I am in my live calls. I don't want to seem very, very super duper professional. I want you to feel like you're talking to your homegirl, and I'm gonna give it to you exactly the way that it is and give it to you straight. And it's just a step-by-step process, and I just want to make, of course, everybody aware that it takes time, it takes work, but of course, I'll hold your hand through the way. I'm gonna go ahead and get into module 1 part 2. I kind of give you a lot of information in module 1 because it's a lot of things that people don't think about when they're starting their brands. So I am excited to get your brains going and get your minds ticking. I had somebody say I thought I had it all together, but it wasn't until module 1 that made me feel like, dang, I'm not prepared for what you're about to teach. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into part 2, and then we can go into a Q&A.
Another video. We are going to be talking about our clarifying our brand's values. Module 1, Part 2, clarifying our brand's values. Brand values are also just as important as your brand's message because they're more forward-thinking than your why or your mission statement. They are attributes of what you want your brand to be. Here's an example. Dignity is one of my values. Imagine having this value written on your forehead as you live out your days. This attribute is what you want to be known for and what others will recognize about you. And if I embody self-respect, then I'm living according to my value of dignity. If I want to dig a little deeper, I'd say money is not one of my values. However, money is something that I value, and there are many ways to get it. One way is doing a job and getting paid for it. Of course, that's the honest way. Another way is robbing women wearing the most coveted Birkin purse. All right, so just one of these methods are compatible with my value of dignity. Note, if it can be taken away from you, then it's not a value. Here's an example, but from a marketing aspect. Social media followers are most definitely valuable, but with a single bad customer review, it can quickly be taken away. However, reliability is my brand's value. So my customers can rely on my brand to deliver every single time. It is our value. All right, so the differences between possessing something that you value and having values is important because values are central to your brand success. We need to define and understand our values if we want our brand to have integrity. So overall, these are the things that you want your brand to be known for. So you want to sit and think really long and hard about how you want your brand to be represented. I spoke about this with a friend of mine when she was helping me to decide how I want my personal brand's value to be portrayed to the public. We thought long and hard. We jotted down a list of different words, and I finally came to a conclusion of what I decided. So here are 20 examples of business values. One of them is accountability. Another is boldness. Another is collaboration. Another is continuous improvement. Another is curiosity. Another is customer commitment. Then there's diversity. There's also honesty. There's also humility. There's inclusion. There's innovation. There's integrity. There's making a difference. There's passion. There's persistence. There's self-improvement. There is sustainability. There's also teamwork, as well as transparency. And lastly, trust. Now, this doesn't limit you to just 20 brand values. There are hundreds and hundreds of different values that you can decide that you would like to adapt. However, this is just a few to name off top that you may want to just sit down and think about adapting for your personal brand. All right, if teamwork were one of my brand's values, I'd be sure to consistently create posts on social media that embodies teamwork. I show the behind the scenes of my team getting our online orders out, and how on days when I'm short on staff, my 10-year-old comes in and picks up the pieces. This will be a great example of transparency and passion. So my customers will also feel connected to my brand and also feel like my new BFF, as we discussed before, meeting my daughter. I seriously had a customer leave a tip on her order and say, "Buy baby girl some ice cream for all of her hard work." Wild, but it works. So I use that example because it is based on my truth. I had a day in the summertime where 3 people were not able to make it into the office. And my daughter, she's always there with me. She's always at the office with me. She is my sidekick. So I recorded a video of her knocking out orders with me, and I posted it. And people connected with it. They were like, "Oh my God, that's so cute. Thank you for showing her, the meaning of hard work. And thank you just for teaching her that you have to work to get things." And they overall thought it was cute. I connected with a lot of my customers and future customers. They got to see how transparent I was, and they got to see how passionate I was about my business, how passionate I am about including my family and also teamwork. I wasn't bossing her around. She had a say, honestly had a say. I think in one of those videos, we took a break and she was drawing up what she wanted her IMCO CEO shirt to look like, because she's like, I'm involved. I'm here to get this done, and this is what I want. I still have those drawings. One of these days, I want to go ahead and get it custom made so that she can know that I hear her and I'm including her and people on the outside to get that sense of inclusion. All right, just to recap, if it can be taken away from you, then it is not a value. To avoid a branding demise, inhabit your brand's values. And the real success comes from taking action every day to embody them. Homework. Business values that I can relate to. I want you to list them there. Take a look at the values. Do some research for other values that you think that you may connect with or that may resonate with you and your brand. And then I want you to also list ways that you can include these values in your brand. As far as, what do you think? Of course, I'm going to give you a lot of details on how to include your values in your brand. But what I want you to do is I want you to think about ways that you can include your values in your brand. We will discuss it on our Zoom call. When you have the chance, fill out the questionnaire so that I know what days will work best for our Zoom meetings. And we will chat next class. Ta-ta for now. right, guys, I am back. If you guys need a moment to screenshot those worksheets so that you can have them at your leisure, then I'm going to go ahead and pull it back up in just a second. But I did want to, just touch bases with you. It was a lot of information. I just wanted to see, has anybody had any questions or anything so far before I continue to the last part of the course? The last part of this Zoom.
So far, so good.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah, but it's good info.
Okay.
What you need.
Okay. So, let me see. I took some notes because your girl just trying to get it together. What happened? Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, so like I said, mompreneurs, so my kids, they kind of barge in at any moment, at any time. So I'm going to go ahead and put back up the worksheets so that you can screenshot them if you need to, and then we can move on to the rest of the webinar. Let's see. Can I zoom in on this? No. The best thing to do is to put it right there. And then I'll go on to number 2. And what I ask of you guys is to fill it in when you guys have a time. You can screenshot it. You can write from your screenshots. I think, most phones have where you can type on your screenshots, or you can print it out and write on it. And just share it with me. You can tag me in it, or you can just shoot me a quick email. It's nia@markettomillions.co. Or you can, is there a way to show my Instagram? Or you can just tag me in it. That way there it is. Sassy Fierce. You can tag me in it. That way I can see you guys' progress and see what you guys got, to see how you got your brains going to figure out what your brand values are, and just, of course, what you do, like your I hope statements. It seems like it's something that is easy, but once you start thinking about it, you're like, okay, what is my brand values? What do I want people to think about when they see my brand? Because you don't want to be all over the place. So let me go ahead to the final part of the webinar. Here's what you'll get. Brand building and strategies. All right, so before we continue, this is where I break down everything that is in the Market to Millions course. You guys were able to get just the first module. So you get the 8 modules for the regular, and then you get 13 if you get the bonus. So you got just a brief example of what our courses is like. Here's what you'll get. Brand building and strategies. Great companies charge $25,000 to build your brand and strategize for you. I'll teach you how to automate your business. This is worth $5,000 per month. There are businesses that charge $5,000 a month to automate your business. You will learn how to develop your audience and how to research your competitors. To hire a company or hire a person to do this for your business, you will be paying out about $130,000 a year. If you just want a quick 1-2, you can pay as low as $3,000 to get this done. You'll also learn customer retention strategies. This is worth about $10,000 up. And when I say about $10,000 up, because once you retain customers, you have customers for a lifetime. These customers are not going nowhere once you keep your customers where you've got them. Marketing strategies worth $3,000 to $84,000 a year. If you're paying someone, you can start them at $84,000 a year to handle your marketing. If you are looking for someone to do marketing for you every now and then, about $3,000 is what you're looking at to get that done. You're going to learn that
You are going to have access to my influencer marketing handbook worth $1,000. This knowledge is worth $1,000 because you have templates for contacting them. You have contracts that you can actually use to initiate business with them. You have the entire handbook, my experiences, to help you along your way with booking your very first influencer. Graphic design techniques worth $1,000 to $5,000 per job, depending on how good your graphics are. You will learn techniques that'll help you with making your brand very, very professional. Of course, there are very low quality people that you can book for quick $250. However, you will learn professional graphic techniques. Social media ad secrets worth $250 to $250K a year, depending on if you're paying somebody to run your social media advertisement. You will pay them $250 a year. If you want to do a quick ad, you will pay about as little as $250 per ad. Resources for building your team worth $1,000. If you are hiring a company to build your team for you, you'll be paying at least $1,000 to them, or whatever their percentage is, just like a staffing agency or things of that sort. Building business credit worth $3K or $400 a month. There are companies that'll help you get your business credit together for about $400 a month, or you can do a one shot with them for about $3,000 just to get you started. But that maintenance is about $400 a month. Product photography 101 worth between $500 to $2,000. So you would learn techniques that'll cost you about $500 to $2,000 if you were to pay an outside photographer. All right, you'll also get an avenue for passive income. So I show you multiple ways to make money, additional streams of income, as well as getting passive income. So we've listed all of the things that you'll get. I broke down how much each of these items cost. Now, looking at it on a graph, you are looking at about $52,750 worth of knowledge and information. Now, if all this did was help you be more present with your family and yourself, help you build business credit to further invest, get you some cash, grow your following in your overall audience, will this be worth it? $52,000 of knowledge, would it be worth it if all it did was help you build your business credit, help you be more present with your family, and help you grow your overall following? All right, now you can see why this is a good deal at $52,750. Now, I offer this class for the general public at $897. But because you're here today, you can register now for just $697. Now, I had two choices. First choice was to make this course super cheap and fill as many seats as possible. And my second choice was to require a reasonable investment that allows me to devote more personal time to you all throughout the course of the training. Now it's you to have two choices. The first choice is to do nothing and stay exactly where you are right now. And the second choice is to make this small investment into your business and increase your revenue tremendously. Another question is, are you ready to invest in yourself and your business and live the life that you have dreamed of? All right, so if you don't do this right now, what are your other options? Keep living the same life or to create a brand new one. Your customer base that you haven't reached is waiting on you. There are thousands of people looking for your brand because it is exactly what they need to solve their problems. All right, again, here's everything that you'll get. Brand building and strategies, business automations, the audience development, customer retention, marketing strategies, influencer marketing guide, graphic design techniques, social media ad training, resources for outsourcing, a business credit guide, product photography 101, passive income, all worth $52,750. So get started now for just $697 today. Use the code webinar. All right, guys, so that's the end of the webinar. I do have that special going on until classes start. I have $200 off of my payment plan, as well as the full course, for $897. So you would get so if you were doing the payment plan, you would get $67 off each payment, which brings you to about a little under just about $200 each payment. And then if you were to do the course, just pay for it outright, then it's a full $697. It gives you access to the Facebook group, which we talk directly. It gives you access to, of course, all of our live sessions. We have a weekly live Zoom, and just access to me in general. I have students that text me literally 2 a.m. Hey, I need help, because they wasn't able to do it during the day because they had full-time jobs, but they were able to pick up on their homework in the middle of the night. And me being a mom, I'm up. So just access to me. What I'll do is try to get an email recap out to you guys. What I also did want to share with you is that if you are not able to join the course right away, there's also other options. Sometimes I break up my material into different pieces. So I have some products here. So I have the influencer marketing ebook that includes the contracts and the template as well that I spoke about earlier. I also have the business credit ebook that also includes just multiple ways to build business credit without using your personal credit. I also have a marketing plan template. This is how I create my marketing plan for the entire year. It also includes content that you can just pick and pull from. You can create your own marketing calendar using the content that I provide for you, as well as a complete outline, pretty much done for you. You're just filling in the days based on what you're doing, what holidays are important to you for the month. But the content is created for you. The content is there for you to choose from. So that is also an option. And if you would like, send over your email so that we can just keep you up to date on when we're doing other deals, or when class is starting. Thank you guys for joining me on this Zoom call.